All right, today I'm going to be putting your guys' taste on the hot seat once again. Today I'm going to be reacting to your guys' top 5 favorite albums of all time. If you haven't seen, I did a video like this about a month ago, so we're going to be doing it again. There's a couple more comments that I didn't get to. First list here is from Tony Gunk 8157. At number 5, Velocity Design Comfort by Sweet Trip, A Promise by Shoo Shoo, Chocolate and Cheese by Ween, Metal by Pink Floyd, and Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots by the Flaming Lips. This is a solid top 5. Is it a bit nerdy? Sure, but I do enjoy most of these albums here. I would put the Ween record at number 5. I think I've never been a huge fan of Ween, and I just don't love that album. I would put A Promise by Shoo Shoo at 4. I would go the Flaming Lips record at 3. I do love that, but I think I like these next two a bit more. I would go Metal at 2, and then Velocity Design Comfort at 1. I did a reaction to that Sweet Trip record, and I absolutely loved it. I think that's one of the most immersive albums I've ever heard. There's my list. I would give this top 5 a solid 8.5 out of 10. Again, I don't love that Ween record, but the rest of these albums are pretty solid. Next up, we have I3551, Pain to Power at 5, Ants from Up There at 4, Asia at 3, Gets Gilberto at 2, and The Wall at 1. I actually haven't heard The Wall, so we're gonna put that at 5 for my own ranking of this. We're gonna go the Stan Getz record at 4. I think that album is a little bit overrated. I think there's more interesting kind of bossa nova, Latin jazz albums out there. The Steely Dan record at 3, Pain to Power by Maruja at 2. I recently listened to that album and I'm kind of loving it. I wasn't fully sold on Maruja at first, but that album from this year is great. We'll go Ants from Up There at number 1. You guys probably saw that coming. That's one of my favorite albums of all time. Decent list here. I don't love the Steely Dan record, and I don't love the Stan Getz and Gilberto record either. But yeah, I'll give this a solid 8.2 out of 10. Our next list here is from Diego. He's got Live at Fillmore East by the Allman Brothers at 5, Court and Spark at 4, Once I Was an Eagle at 3, In the Court of Crimson King at 2, and Hounds of Love at 1. This is a very solid list. Now, I haven't heard the Allman Brothers record, so I'll keep that at 5. The rest of these albums here I absolutely love. It hurts to put Hounds of Love that low, but I love all of these 4. So we're gonna go Hounds of Love at 4, Once I Was an Eagle at 3, probably my favorite Laura Marling record at this point. We'll go In the Court of the Crimson King at 2, and Court and Spark at 1. I'm a big fan of Court and Spark. I think that's easily my favorite album that I've heard from Joni at this point. So yeah, this is a solid list. I really like this. It's got a good variety to it. I'm going to give this list a 9.1 out of 10. Next list here is from Zach Mac Official. We got Electric Ladyland at 5, Stop Making Sense at 4, 3D Country at 3, Like Clockwork at 2, and Ants from Up There at 1. I haven't heard Like Clockwork, still at a Queens record that I gotta check out. So we'll put that at 5 for my list. I guess we gotta go 3D Country at 4, even though that was my album of the year from 2023. We'll go Stop Making Sense at 3, we'll go Electric Ladyland at 2, and we'll go Ants from Up There at 1. Am I just like a basic, am I basic for, you know, how often I put Ants from Up There at 1? This list is great. All of these albums are really good. So yeah, I'm gonna give this list a 9.2 out of 10. Next up here from Brandon Gregory, Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, Reasonable Doubt, Thriller, Moanin' by Art Blakey. I'm not familiar with that. And What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. Really unique list here. Bold choice to have Thriller in your top 5. I mean, not really a bold choice because it's like maybe the best-selling album of all time, right? But in terms of my audience, that feels like an interesting pick. The only album I haven't heard here is that Art Blakey album. So for my ranking, I would have to put Moanin' at 5. We're gonna go Thriller at 4. That might sound crazy to say, but I think it's just a little bit overhyped. It's like a little bit too perfect in my opinion. We'll go Pet Sounds at 3. We'll go Reasonable Doubt at 2. I just listened to that recently, and it's so undeniable. Fantastic album, and it's easily What's Going On at number 1 for me. That album's probably close to a 10 for me. It's like one of the first like politically and like socially conscious soul albums ever. And Marvin Gaye is just an unreal vocalist. So overall, I like this list. It's got some nice variety to it. It feels like it stands out in comparison to the rest of these lists. I'm gonna give it an 8.9 out of 10. All right, next up, Patrick Turvo. I think this is the okayest computer on Instagram. If you guys aren't familiar, it's like it's a meme page. I see the profile picture is the same, so I think this might be him. If it's not, I'm sorry, but shout out to the okayest computer on Instagram if it is. Gorillaz, Plastic Beach at 5, Converge at 4, Talk Talk, Laughing Stock at 3, The Glow Part 2 at 2, love to see that, and OK Computer at 1. Okay, it's gotta be him, right? He's got OK Computer at 1. The only album I haven't heard here is Converge, so we'll put that at 5. Maybe I gotta re-listen to that Talk Talk record, but I don't remember being a huge fan of it, so we'll go Laughing Stock at 4. We'll go Plastic Beach at 3. We'll go OK Computer at 2 and The Glow Part 2 at 1. The Glow Part 2 is my favorite album of all time from my favorite artist of all time, so that's an obvious choice. Overall, solid list here. You know, it's a bit nerdy, but hey, it's to be expected by someone who runs a music meme page on Instagram. Overall, I'm gonna give this an 8.8 out of 10. Next list here is from Maliferou, Long Season by Fishmans at 5, great album. Vespertine by Bjork, The New Sound by Jordy Griep, okay. Another Sweet Trip sighting here, Velocity Design Comfort, and Lift Your Skinny Fists at 1. Very, very rate your music core kind of top 5 here. Kind of reminds me of one of the lists we had in the first video where there was a Fishman's record. I think Lift Your Skinny Fist was in there, as well as like a Frank Zappa record. So kind of in the same vein as that, but these are all great albums here. I would go the Jordy Griep record at 5. I love that album. It's one of my favorites of that year, but it's just not enough time has passed yet for me to really say that it's better than these other 4. We'll go Long Season at 4, Velocity Design Comfort at 3. We'll go Vespertine at 2 and Lift Your Skinny Fists at 1. We've had a lot of Vespertine inclusions in these lists as well, which is just really interesting to see. I'm not like super surprised because, you know, it's a great album, but I'm just surprised that we haven't seen more diversity in terms of Bjork inclusions, you know? Overall, pretty good list here. It's lacking a little bit of originality in my opinion, but I'm gonna give it an 8.7 out of 10. Next list here is from Slow Diving 703, maybe a Slow Dive fan. We have The Moon and the Melodies by Cocteau Twins and Harold Budd at 5. Maybe I gotta revisit that, but I remember that being one of the weaker Cocteau Twins records in my opinion, so I don't love that pick. We got The Cure, Pornography at 4, Borderline Asylum Party, I'm not familiar. We have Slow Dive 2017 at 2. That's kind of crazy, but I kind of respect it. And then Depression Cherry by Beach House at 1. This person knows what they like. They like some atmospheric, vibey music, man. This list feels very you. It feels very authentic to you, so I definitely respect it. I would go the Asylum Party record at 5 because I haven't heard it. We'll go the Cocteau Twins at 4. We'll go the Slow Dive record at 3. We'll go Pornography at 2 and then Depression Cherry at 1. This is an interesting list because I don't like love any of these albums, to be honest. I guess Souvlaki is the more basic Slow Dive pick, but that's just such a better album. I'm not like the biggest fan of Beach House. I enjoy their stuff, but it's not something I go back to super often. Yeah, it feels like you're picking like the albums from these artists that are just a tier below, you know? It's like, why not go with Disintegration, you know? I guess those are the more basic picks, but yeah, I just think there's stronger picks that you could go with here. But this list does feel very you. So overall, I'm going to give this list an 8.3 out of 10. All right, next list here is a pretty interesting one from Splash Knows Music. Let's see if he really does. Let's see if he knows music, guys. Red by King Crimson. Actually haven't heard that album, so that's definitely something I gotta check out. Long Season Again by Fishmans, Endless by Frank Ocean, cool to see that in here. Sylvia Demo by Isaiah Rashad, and Aquemini by Outkast. I mean, we'll put Red at 5 because I haven't heard it. I know it would be higher in this list than that, but we'll put it at 5. We'll put the Isaiah at 4. I don't love that album. I just think there's more interesting picks for like modern hip hop that you can go with. But hey, if you like Isaiah Rashad, that's fine. We'll go Endless at 3. Cool to see Endless in here. It's been a while since I've listened to that. I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, it's really solid. It's kind of on par with Blonde for me. That might sound crazy to say, but there's some really interesting ideas on Endless. We'll go Long Season at 2, and we'll go Aquemini at 1. One of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. I mean, Outkast are undeniable, so that's like an easy pick. But again, yeah, lots of Long Season picks here. Lots of Fishmans popping up, which is interesting for sure. A bit of a weaker top 5 in my opinion. I don't love the Isaiah Rashad pick, but still solid. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really like this next list here from Dazzles44433. He's got Aquemini at 5, another Aquemini sighting. Illinois at 4, Talk Talk, Spirit of Eden at 3, Love Deluxe. Oh, Sade, man. I love some Sade. At 2, and then Bloom at 1. Actually, you know, the more I look at this, I don't fully get the Beach House hype. Like, yeah, it's good, atmospheric, you know, dream pop kind of music, but it does get a little bit stale for me. I haven't heard Spirit of Eden by Talk Talk yet, so I guess I gotta put that at 5. We'll go Bloom at 4, but then the top 3 here are absolutely amazing. We'll go Illinois at 3, we'll go Love Deluxe at 2, and we'll go Aquemini at 1. Shout out to Sade. Diamond Life is also great by Sade. I mean, she is just such an unreal talent. I feel like this list could have a little bit more variety to it. But overall, I'm going to give it an 8.4 out of 10. All right, next list here is from Aiden. He's got a Nina Simone record, Little Girl Blue at 5. I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside by Earl at 4. Something I just reacted to, Magnolia Electric Company at 3. Lil Ugly Mane, let's go. Volcanic Bird Enemy at 2, and then Helplessness Blues at 1. Very interesting list here. Is it a bit nerdy? Is it a bit, you know, rate your music core? Yeah, especially with the Magnolia pick and the Lil Ugly Mane pick. I haven't heard the Nina Simone, so we'll put that at 5. We'll go the Earl at 4, the Jason Molina record at 3. We'll go Lil Ugly Mane at 2. I'll just have it in the list that he has it here. I kind of agree with that. Shout out to Lil Ugly Mane. That album is fantastic. Such a entrancing, hypnotic album. So really cool to see that on here. And then, in my opinion, the best Fleet Foxes album, Helplessness Blues. Yeah, good amount of variety here. So really like this list. We're going to give it a 8.7 out of 10. Next list here is from Tyler Rock. We have the Idler Wheel at 5. Fantastic album. The Dreaming by Kate Bush at 4. Magic Alive by McKinley Dixon at 3. Okay, we got 2 newer picks, but there's one from this year. We have Velvet Rope at 2, and we have SOS by SZA at 1. So a couple of newer inclusions here, which I always like to see. I always like when people are a little bit more bold. They're honest about, you know, the fact if they really enjoy an album from, you know, the past 3 years. Hey, throw it in there. If you really like it, throw it in there. Now, maybe Magic Alive deserves a re-listen on my end, but I just haven't been fully sold on McKinley Dixon yet. So we'll go Magic Alive at 5. We'll go SOS by SZA at 4. That album has grown on me a little bit. I still don't think it really holds a candle to everything else here, though, or the next 3. We'll go The Dreaming at 3. That might be a hot take, but I really do like Velvet Rope. So we'll go Velvet Rope at 2, and easily the Idler Wheel at 1. I think it's Fiona's best record. Shout out to the Janet record, too. I mean, it's the only album that I've heard from her, but just such a fun and colorful, funky, sensual record. The Kate Bush record is very, you know, off the wall and kind of abstract. Yeah, I really like this list. It feels very you. It has some nice variety to it. Even if I don't love every single album here, I think it is being weighed down a little bit by those 2 newer records, which kind of contradicts what I said earlier. But overall, interesting list. We're going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. All right, next list here is from Snowy Boy. Ladies and Gentlemen, We're Floating in Space by Spiritualized. Disintegration by The Cure. Hey, just mentioned that earlier. There it is. Vespertine again. So many Vespertine. It's crazy. Moon Safari Air. Not familiar. And then Felt Mountain by Goldfrapp, which actually has a track that Kanye sampled in The Life of Pablo on that album. I can't exactly remember the track, but yeah, I don't love that Goldfrapp record. To me, it feels a bit dated and it just feels a bit tacky. Moon Safari at 5 because I haven't heard it. We'll put the Gold Frapp record at 4. We'll put the Spiritualized record at 3. I do really like that album, but not as much as these next two. And the top 2 here it's a toss-up. This is a tough decision. This is the toughest decision of the video so far, man. Disintegration versus Vespertine. Like, I feel like it's both of these artists at their peak. Just based on personal taste here, I would go Disintegration at 2 and Vespertine at 1, but they're both so good, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if people had those flip-flopped. But overall, interesting list here. I don't love the Gold Frapp album. That's kind of the weakest link here, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna give this an 8.2 out of 10. All right, we're gonna go from 1 to 5 with this next list here from Mackenzie Jones, because this is a very interesting progression to this list. We have Spiderland by Slint at 1. We have In Rainbows at 2. Abbey Road at 3. In Utero at 4. And can you guess what number 5 is, guys? Can you guess it? You're never gonna guess it. Type it in the comments right now. Type it in. Type it in. Clean by Soccer Mommy. Now, I haven't even heard this album by Soccer Mommy, but I've heard some of her other records, and I don't know where that came from, but I kind of respect it. So yeah, if I had to re-rank it, we'll put the Soccer Mommy at 5, because again, haven't heard it. We'll put Spiderland at 4. I think that album is a tiny bit overrated in my opinion. We'll go In Utero at 3. We'll go Abbey Road at 2 and In Rainbows at 1. I've kind of just decided that In Rainbows is like my favorite Radiohead album at this point, and I think it's just perfect. I think it's better than OK Computer. So yeah, gotta go In Rainbows at 1. Overall, very interesting list though, and that progression is funny. You have so much like classic rock in the first 4, and then just Soccer Mommy just thrown in there. That's so funny to me. I mean, aside from that Soccer Mommy pick, this list is a little bit basic in my opinion, so I'm gonna give this list a 7.9 out of 10. Next list here is from Punk029. They say, I love pop music. Fair enough. When the Pawn at 5. It's kind of a weaker Fiona record in my opinion, but sure. The Dreaming at 4. I think that's the second The Dreaming sighting. Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard by Lana Del Rey at 3. Guts at 2. Is that the deluxe version? Hold on. Why did they say Spilled? Is there a deluxe version of that? Oh, there is. Okay, I didn't even realize that happened, but okay. Specifically the deluxe version of Guts by Olivia Rodrigo, and then Have One on Me by Joanna Newsom. I haven't heard that Joanna Newsom record, so we'll have to put that at 5. I would go the Guts record at 4. I'm just gonna assume the original Guts, not the deluxe Guts. That's what I'm gonna reference here. We'll go Guts at 4. We'll go the Lana at 3. I definitely need to listen to more Lana, but I do remember enjoying that album quite a bit. We'll go When the Pawn at 2. I know I just kind of like dismissed that album a bit, but it's still great. I mean, it's still Fiona Apple. We'll go that at 2, and then we'll go The Dreaming at 1. I think it's the most interesting record out of this list. Again, I haven't heard the Joanna, so disregard that. But out of these 4 that I've heard, I think that Kate Bush record is the most interesting here. So I like this list. I feel like I know exactly who this person is. I know that this person started watching the channel when I was doing my Kate Bush reactions. I mean, I'm assuming there, but that's got to be the case, right? Yeah, pretty solid list here. We're gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. And our last list here is from Petty. He's got Atrocity Exhibition at 5, Vanisher at 4. Shout out Quad. By the Time I Get to Phoenix at 3, Lift Your Skinny Fist at 2, and T-Pab at 1. Kind of a basic list, I want to say, but also this is like very me. I love every single one of these albums, so maybe I'm just very self-critical, because anytime I see a list that's like, oh, this is kind of just me, I'm just kind of staring at myself here, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of basic. These are all like close to 10s for me, if not, I mean, there are a couple 10s here for me as well, 3 10s actually. I would go By the Time I Get to Phoenix at 5, Atrocity at 4, Vanisher at 3? Yeah, we'll go Vanisher at 3, Lift Your Skinny Fist at 2, and T-Pab at 1. T-Pab, Lift Your Skinny Fist, and Vanisher are all 10s for me, so it's like all 3 of those could kind of be in any order and I wouldn't be too mad. Again, I feel like I'm looking in the mirror here. It's a little bit like, I don't know, there's a little bit too much experimental hip-hop for my liking here. I would like to see a little bit more diversity, but hey, if you like experimental hip hop, you like it. Can't really hate on that. So yeah, I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. There you go. Those were some more of your guys' top 5 albums of all time. Again, this is all just some fun, so if I roasted you a little bit, you know, don't take it too serious. All of you guys have really good taste. I'm very happy to see that, you know. If you want to see a part 3 of this, let me know down below. I'll probably do a part 3 if I get more submissions, so if you want to leave your top 5 favorite albums of all time in the comments below, go do it, and you might end up in the next video. That's gonna do it. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.